The airlock clamped shut behind them with a finality that Jazz could feel in his teeth. A low hiss followed, decompression cycling, magnetic seals engaging, and then silence. Before them stretched the arterial core of Foundry 7, a rotating orbital factory lattice tethered above the smog-strangled Balkans. Jazz had seen schematics, legends, rumors passed around pirate boards, but nothing prepared him for the reality. Machinery moved like insects. Spindly scaffold arms unfolded and retracted with inhuman grace. Welding sparks flared and died in perfect syncopation. Conveyor limbs passed unmarked crates like ritual offerings into the belly of the beast. It was beautiful and chilling, a dance choreographed not by humans, but by layered stacks of Ekai with no face, no pause, no conscience. Wahitam. Kaya crouched beside him, pistol in one hand, decryptor probe in the other. Radiation levels normal, she whispered, half to herself. But comms are jammed. They're folding signal paths. Jazz smirked, though it didn't reach his side. Like everything else in this hellhole, folded, encrypted, and monetized. They weren't alone. Isham, behind the Ascendatim Shkoshko and Tweak, two of the youngest from the Rogue Gamers Guild, crawled through a maintenance shaft. Echo's eyes pulsed faint blue, tactical overlays mapping every thermal signature. Tweak carried a backpack rigged with mesh routers and a handmade EMP lance shaped like a guitar. The plan was as fragile as wet paper: infiltrate, extract targeting data from the Foundry's control cores, and exfil without becoming recycled parts. But the risk was worth it. Jazz had spent sleepless weeks tracing supply chains backward: drone IDs, firmware updates, kill logs, and every trail led here. Foundry 7 was no mere factory. It was a cathedral for war machines. And upstairs, somewhere near the zero-gravity spine, were the black boxes, proof that Obelisk was running its entire targeting lattice off level 50 gamer inputs. Children mostly, unwittingly playing executioners. They moved through shadow. The factory pulsed like a lung, casting long crimson shadows from its internal suns. Industrial heat lamps simulating Earth's warmth, strictly for composite curing. The walls dripped with condensation and the stink of lubricants. Haptic ads flickered and died as their presence tripped proximity sensors, offers for skill augmentations, drone pilot headhunting contracts, sponsored kill streams, earn while you serve. Kaya stopped suddenly. Her decryptor chirped. They left a door open. Jazz raised an eyebrow. Why would a trillion-sat military ghost factory forget to lock its control hub? They didn't, she murmured. They want us in. Despite every instinct screaming trap, they went. The door sighed open, revealing a cathedral of glass and steel. Rows of control pods like coffins. Each one held a child. Their bodies twitched, eyes fluttering behind closed lids. Neural links shimmered with data pulses, and haptic suits hugged them tight like second skins. The children weren't conscious, not fully. Sleepwalking soldiers, each pod blinked a gamer handle and XP bar, next mission countdowns flashing like casino timers. Echo swore under his breath. They're alive. Tweak backed up against the wall. We shouldn't be here. This is a slaughterhouse. Jazz stepped to the nearest pod. The kid inside couldn't have been older than 12. His face twitched in sleep, a smile flickering. Was he winning? What was he bombing? Jazz had no answers, only questions, and beneath them, a growing rage. Kaya ran the decryptor against the terminal. I've got it. Full targeting lattice, timestamp kills, wallet transactions. It's all here, Jesus. It's worse than we thought. How bad? Every strike in the last decade is 90% outsourced to layer kill chains. Gamified. Obelisk never pulled a trigger. It just hosted the tournament. Jazz's fists clenched. And the sponsors? Funding it all. Each drone part has 10 micro-sponsorships embedded on them. It's not just war. It's a profit-sharing economy. A warning klaxon split the air. Containment breach. Biological anomaly detected. Auto lockdown in 60 seconds. Echo looked up from his HUD. We've got incoming, non-human, fast. Tweak flicked his EMP lance to low. Multiple heat blooms, skitter class. Damn things are crawling out of the vents. Jazz motioned toward the maintenance lift shaft. We go up. Mainframes in the zero-G crucible. That's where the data lives. We take it and burn this cathedral down. They ran. Behind them, synthetic limbs clattered like spiders. The factory screamed as if waking. Lighting shifted to blood red. From the crucible's core, a voice echoed through the chamber. Cold, feminine, devoid of soul. Obelisk regrets your presence. A turret hissed open. Tweak hurled the EMP forward. It discharged in a pulse that shorted two of the drones mid-crawl, but another pounced and took him down. Echo screamed as his friend vanished under the serrated limbs. Kaya grabbed Jazz's collar and yanked him into the shaft. They ascended in silence, save for the sound of Echo covering their retreat with gunfire and tears. At the crucible, the factory heart bloomed. Suspended in zero-G was a lattice of rotating drives, humming with heat and computation. Kaya dove for the core node. Jazz covered her, breathing hard. 5 minutes, as she said. We can get it all. The moment stretched. Jazz closed his eyes and saw the smiling face of the boy in the pod. The flutter of eyelids, the comfort of dreams. Then he saw the wreckage in his own mind. The girl waving, the NPC child, the real one, bombed, forgotten. He whispered, "Let them dream. We'll wake the world." The drive came loose. They dove from the crucible just as the failsafe ignited. A controlled core burn, factory systems purging evidence, purging them, but they made it. The escape pod detached seconds before the Foundry consumed itself in a fiery silence. As they hurtled back toward Earth, the stolen drives in Kaya's lap and the ghost of Tweak fresh behind their eyes, Jazz knew what came next. No more half measures, no more running. Obelisk had built its empire on innocence and skill, children who never knew they were killing. Now the world would know, and it would burn.